Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How are you guys today? We got some great people that are coming on today. You guys are going to love them. I know that we're going to talk to Payton Dumford, also known as Dirt Princess, and she's been racing since she was 5. So you guys are really going to enjoy that. And then after her, we got Cassie with PSC coming on. So looking forward to that as well. But let's get some of you guys on here, and then let's get Payton up here, and let's talk. We got people rolling in. Make sure you guys share this out. Let everybody know that they need to jump on here because this is going to be a good one to talk about today. I am super excited to have her on. Showing we got 1 viewer. I know there's more than that coming in. All right. Hey, Payton, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. All right, Payton. So let's go all the way back. I want you to tell me about your very first memory racing.
My very first memory was when I was 5. I had an off-road go-kart, and the only track that we really went to was about 30 minutes away from my house. And at the time, they only did sand drag, so flat drag basically, and I hated it. Couldn't ever figure out the timing, so that was about my first memory with that.
All right. And what got you into racing?
My grandpa raced for a little bit. He raced at that same track. He did flat drags, and then my dad got into it, and he started going more into the off-road world, and he four-wheeled for the longest time as well.
All right. So your dad and your grandpa both race with you?
Yeah.
Can you tell me how old you are?
I'm 16 years old.
16, and you've been racing since you were 5?
Yep, almost 11 years this year.
That's awesome. Well, how about you tell us what kind of racing you do?
So I do endurance racing with series like Ultra 4, King of the Hammers, and then the North Series, which do 12 and 24-hour races. Ultra 4 is big rocks. Your kind of terrain changes each time. It could be short course, could be desert, could be tight woods. That's kind of what I like about it. You don't know what you're going to get each time.
That's awesome. So your dad was telling me you got some races coming up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
So you have a girl co-driver. Is that what I heard? Do you have?
Well, my dad's co-driving for the next race, which is a 24-hour, but I have 2 other drivers that are young female racers.
Okay. Awesome. So at what moment did you realize that this isn't just fun, that you belong here in this off-road world?
I think the moment I realized was after I finished my first year doing Ultra 4. Switching from the 170 to a big car at 11 was really hard. It was kind of nerve-wracking for me. I was never big into four-wheeling or that kind of stuff. But after I finished that first year and was able to get 5th nationally, that really encouraged me and showed me that this was something I wanted to do.
That's awesome. What would you say has been one of the most unforgettable races so far for you?
My most unforgettable was racing Crandon last year. I've tried it 3 times, never finished, always broke, and it was always something stupid that happened. This year, I just simply wanted to go out there and finish. Say I finished Crandon, but I was actually able to finish first, so it was my first time getting first in Ultra 4. So not only was I able to finish a race I wanted to, I was also able to get first, and that was just really exciting for me.
That's awesome. I see that we have one of our awesome sponsors that just popped in here. Anthony says hello, Payton.
Hi, Anthony.
Dan Davidson says, impressive young lady, keep grinding.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
All right, Payton. Anthony says your head is going to be so big after this. Her head's already big. This girl's killing it out here.
Thank you.
All right, Payton. So I have a clip of you racing, and I want to show it so everyone can kind of see, what kind of racing you do. And then we're going to talk a little bit about it and you racing at King of Hammers.
Sounds good.
I come round. Who gon' stop me? Love and found. Queen of the night. I'm the fire that burns. World in my grip. Watch the dust of the proud. I'm a thick.
All right, so tell us a little bit about that, and tell us a little bit about King of Hammers. Even though I know there's not a little bit to talk about King of Hammers, because that's a pretty intense race. So kind of give us a backstory on what goes on at King of Hammers.
So this was my second time doing King of the Hammers. First time was in the youth class, so basically we only did the desert and no rocks. This was my first time attempting the adult class. When you're going to Hammers, it's a lot, especially since we're new to King of the Hammers, haven't been there since the beginning. It's hard to get to the trails, especially when you have the desert going on, since that's the second week of racing. So this year, sadly, we did not get a ton of pre-running in. Never finished the desert lap at all. There was always some sort of issues. No matter what, unless you have a really great team. I have a great team, but we always had some sort of mechanical issue that popped up. So going out to race day, I had no time in the rocks there and no time in the desert, basically.
So someone's asking, didn't you qualify first? Was that at King of Hammers or was that at a different race?
That was at King of the Hammers.
And I know that we were talking before this, and they mistaked you for a male in the sport. Is that correct?
Yeah. So it was the first time sportsman class, which was the class I ran, got to qualify. And I was second off the line, very nervous. I went out. I was not expecting to be first in class or even hold first for about an hour overall. And I got back out of the car after finishing it, and all my family ran up and they're like, they called you a dude. So I stood there for a little bit, and then one of my sponsors got me up on the stage, so I got to talk to him and tell him I wasn't a dude.
So going along that line, how is it being a female in a male-dominated sport?
It can be difficult at sometimes because you got a lot of people who don't think you can do as well as the guys. Thankfully, I haven't had a ton of that happen. I've been able to show that I can fit, and especially racing with adults. It's not just kids my age. That really helps show them that I'm here for business.
That's awesome. So what's something crazy or unexpected that's happened at the track for you?
Good question. I think the craziest thing was the very first year we went out to Hammers. We were back from shock tuners and we're going to test it out the day before the race. And the injectors hung open, so the exhaust caught on fire because the gas was coming out of it. So that was a little chaotic, and then trying to make our way back to camp and get it fixed before the race.
So going along those lines, I have a lot of kids that watch my podcast. So that being said, kind of tell me the safety equipment you wear. I have every kid that I have on here, tell me, because I experienced a young boy catch on fire.
So I always tell people I got the same stuff as NASCAR. I've got a 2-layer fire suit, which is required, fire socks, fire shoes, a Hans, and then a 5-point harness that I wear.
Awesome. So what would you say is something you've had to overcome that people don't see behind the helmet?
I think what I have to overcome a lot of times is that people don't understand that I'm the one that's doing the work. I'm the one who has to take time. A lot of other people have companies that can prep their car, and before I was a kid and I was in school. I just graduated. So balancing school, trying to do that and get racing done and work on everything, it can be kind of hard and challenging sometimes.
Did you say you just graduated?
Yes. I graduated in March.
And you're how old?
16.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're definitely a go-getter, girl.
Yeah, it makes life easier being done and traveling.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure, because you go all over the place.
Yep.
So you were talking about, you work on your own things. So along those lines, I know that you have someone very important to you that helps you as well on the backside. Yeah. And I know we kind of talk. So kind of tell me what he's always told you, when you decided that you wanted to race.
So my dad helps me. Even though I work on a car, I'm not perfect. I always need help. My dad told me when I started, when I was 5, if I wanted to be a racer and I wanted to race, I have to work on the car. We don't got money to pay somebody, so that was my job.
But I know there's a video going around and she's got dad's money when she's ready to buy a transmission, right?
Yep.
That's one of my favorite reels that I've seen of you.
Thank you.
Of course. Have you ever felt underestimated and how did you handle it?
I don't, to be honest, I'm very thankful, but I don't think I've ever felt I can't think of the word now.
Underestimated?
Yeah, that's the right word. I've had lots of people in my corner backing me up, and they've always encouraged me and helped me out.
That's awesome. It's always nice to have a good support system behind you. So has there ever been a moment where you questioned if all of this was worth it?
Yeah, when it comes to social media, that kind of stresses me out sometimes. It can be a lot. It's hard, but that is the way to get in the racing world, making sure I'm thanking my sponsors. I've gotten better at it, but when I first started, it was a lot. But yeah.
It is. It's a lot to remember. That's for sure. So because people see, the highlight and not always what it takes to get where you're at, what does being Dirt Princess really mean to you?
I think Dirt Princess really, I was never good at sports. Racing was always something I could do. And I think being Dirt Princess, it's been able to encourage a lot of other young girls. And I really would love to be able to inspire other young girls to get into racing. Not only do we need more young girls, but we just need more kids in general. They're the future of the sport. If we don't have them, then the sport dies.
Absolutely. 100%. So going along those lines, what would you say real confidence looks like for you and for kids that are watching?
I think real confidence is not pretending you're something you're not, just being yourself. And if people don't like it, it's okay.
That was my next question for you. Who are you becoming through racing, not just as a driver, but as a person?
I think becoming a person, I've known to take time and stop and talk to the little kids, especially if they're excited. I was always that little kid that wanted to go up and talk to the drivers or anyone. So making sure you have time for them is always important.
Absolutely. So kind of, let's just chat. Kind of tell me, things that you feel like will inspire, the younger generation that are coming up in the sport.
I think what inspires them from my page is I'm a young girl. I've been doing this for a while. It's not overnight success. It takes a lot of time and work. And I think with my page, being able to show them that you can work on your own car. Yes, not all the time is it easy and things happen, but being able to show them that they can do it and it doesn't have to be a guy doing it for them, I think that's really helpful.
Absolutely. So do you feel like you're a role model, and what does that mean to you for the younger generation?
I would kind of say I'm a role model, but not all the way. And I think it means a lot because I was always somebody that looked up to other people. So having kids be able to look up to me is important, I think.
So has there ever been anything someone has said to you that's just stuck with you through the whole, racing?
I think something that's commonly, what my dad told me is that I got to work on it. I really appreciate that. Just helps me understand the car more. And if there's something ever happens, I know I can work on it. But a common saying is, I don't know where I was going with that, but I lost my thought. I'm sorry.
You're okay. Hey, it happens. I lose my thought all the time, girl. It can be a lot, especially when I put you on the spot.
Oh, no, you're good.
So do you have any role models in the industry that you look up to?
I look up to a girl. Her name's Cynthia. I can't pronounce her last name, but she races with Monster Jam. She drives the Lucas Oil stabilizer. I was able to talk to her at SEMA. She's super nice, encouraging, and she also wants to get more girls into the sport. And we have a lot of common interests, like she's a welder and a diesel mechanic.
She just had a baby too, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she just had a baby.
Yep. So getting to watch her videos and especially getting to talk to her was super cool.
I follow her on social media, and she seems like the sweetest thing. And she's itty bitty, and seeing her out there, is
Yeah.
I love it. And then now that she has the little baby, I always see all her clips, with the monster truck with the baby, and I'm like, this is so cute.
I know
Getting
exactly.
not only that, but getting to have your family there with you is
Yep.
always awesome.
Yeah, it's the best part is getting to do it with your family.
Yes. So how do you handle negativity or people doubting you?
Negativity, I've got that sometimes more with like doing car shows and putting the razors in. Thankfully nothing yet, really. But the best thing for me is just to ignore it. All they want is you to respond and kind of feed into it or whatever. So ignoring it and just keep going on and know that they're going to be a hater whether you respond or not.
My mama always told me growing up, kill them with kindness. It's
Yep.
the best form. Because no matter what, they're not going to react to the kindness. So that's what I've always been told growing up, and it's always stuck with me since day one.
Yep, my mom tells me the same thing.
So what would you say motivates you on the days you don't feel like showing up?
I think what motivates me is how much time and effort my family puts in this. My dad, especially my dad, he's my biggest supporter, and just trying to make him proud. So I think that helps me on the days I don't really want to.
So I can relate to this. I know we kind of talked about this before we got on here, but you're an only child, right?
Yep.
So you're a daddy's girl?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I am too, and I got started the same way you did. My dad started racing, and then he had health issues, and I decided that I was going to race. So I can 100% relate to you as far as, when it comes to family and having family there for you, because my mom and dad are my biggest supporters since day one. So, which we talked about this, my mom does a lot behind the scenes when it comes to my racing and my brand and things like that, things that people don't see. So I really appreciate her for doing that.
Yep.
And my dad, before I got on here, I was just out in the garage with him. I decided that I wanted to destroy my diff and my buggy. So we've been waiting on the part to come in, and it finally came in. So I was being a great supervisor in the garage before I got on here.
Hey, being a supervisor sometimes is the best part.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that when I jumped on here, all I heard out in the yard, I'm pretty sure it sounded like my dad doing donuts in my buggy. I don't know if that's really what he was doing, but it sure sounded like it. So
thankfully, my dad doesn't get in and drive because I have a 3-inch seat base, so he can barely fit in there.
So my dad usually can't fit in mine, but I put a new seat in it, so now he gets in it. But I did. My mom was down here with me, and I looked at it, and I was like, is that dad out in the yard doing donuts? Because it sounds like it. He must have fixed it.
There you go.
So what would you say the dream, what's the dream? What are you chasing right now?
I would say what I'm chasing right now, definitely trying to get that next generation of girl racers. But I would love to be the first Queen of Hammers. It's one of the toughest one-day races, and I would love to be able to maybe, possibly be the first, but definitely be a Queen of the Hammers.
Absolutely. So I know there's another girl I follow. Is it Cooper? Does that sound right? Is that her last name? She has the pink buggy. Is that right?
Reese Cooper.
Yes,
she's actually
Reese Cooper.
One of the girls that I'm going to do the 24-hour with.
Okay. Yeah, because your dad was telling me you were doing a 24-hour race and that you were going to have another girl as your co. Is that right?
No, she'll be a driver. So there'll be three drivers.
Okay.
3 drivers, and then we'll swap probably every 3 to 4 hours or whenever the car needs to be filled up with gas.
Awesome. So kind of give me the rundown on how that race works, because I'm curious.
So I've never done a 24. The series, which is the North series, they've never done a 24. They've done lots of 12 hours. So how the last one went, I only had one other driver. Usually it'll be me and my dad. They're not like Ultra 4 races where there's huge rocks. They're just longer courses, easy, but they're endurance races. And how they work is you have to cross the finish line at the 12-hour mark or the 24-hour mark, or not considered a finish. So it's really a strategy game there. You got to keep the car together, but also get the laps, staying a good speed, and a lot of people will go really hard at the beginning, then break the cars.
Like the cars.
But yep. And one of the good things about their races are even if you break, they'll either take your crew out to you to fix, or they'll tow you, which usually towing takes longer. But as I said before, every 3 to 4 hours or whenever the car needs gas, we'll switch drivers out to give everybody a break and make it a much easier day.
Wow, that's awesome. That sounds like fun. So is this one, I know your dad had told me there's one you have coming up in Vegas. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt Vegas to Reno with another buddy. He's always wanted to do it, and he said once I turned 16, so that way I could drive the chase trucks, we'd go out there and do Vegas to Reno.
Awesome. So what's your upcoming races look like?
So I think the next race is going to be the 24-hour, which is in July, the end of July. Then Vegas to Reno, I think August 13th through the 16th. Hopefully nationals, if I'm allowed to race, because I haven't done an Ultra 4 race this year. And then I would love to be able to do some more races in between there. I just don't know what yet, because I haven't been able to race since Hammers this year.
Is that just because, or has your buggy been broke?
Broken, and then family health problems, because we were supposed to go to Badlands, and then family problems came up, and then we weren't able to fix the buggy, so we couldn't be able to go to Roush Creek. That just happened, I think, last weekend.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in a few years?
Hopefully in a few years, I'm still doing and being able to race, and I've already finished at Hammers, gotten a good finish there, and working my way, or maybe even already a Queen of the Hammers.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be, I love that for you, girl. You can do it. Put your mind to it. You can do it.
Yep.
Absolutely. So what's next for Payton that people should be watching for?
I think next, keep watching my page. Each year, I hope to keep doing bigger and bigger races, and just keep inspiring other people.
Not only other people, but you're like me. You like to inspire the younger generation, and I love that because that's what's coming up next. I mean, they're going to be dominating us one day, you know?
Yep.
Absolutely. So do you have a favorite track?
Oh, that's a good question. Badlands is a good track. Crandon's a good short course track where they have the rocks. That one's always fun. I have been told by my mom that I'm not allowed to go race again for a while because I tore my car up too much last time. So, but that is one of my favorite tracks, I think.
So I have to know, when you get to the starting line, what's going through your head? Are you nervous? Is your adrenaline going?
Definitely nervous. Adrenaline as well. I think right before races, and especially when I'm at the starting line, I always got people that want to come up and try to do interviews, and that is like the worst time because I just want to focus, and I'm so nervous, and I just want to sit there and wait till the starting line, because once the race starts, nerves go away, and you're just like in serious mode, and all the adrenaline kicks in.
So I always say that I'm one of those, where I line up at the starting line and then I finish the race and I don't remember anything in between.
Nope. Yeah, definitely.
Are you the same way? Yep. And then you're like, hey, can I watch a video? Like, what can I do better? What did I do wrong? That's how I am. Because people are always like, oh, how'd you do? And I'm like, I really don't know. Let me watch the video and then I'll let you know. I kind of just zone out.
I would say sometimes I zone out, but when I do remember things, I always remember the things I did wrong. So then people ask me and I'll be like, yeah, here's what I did wrong. But
right? I don't know what I did right. I love that. So what would you say is one word for your driving style?
I like to wing it. I
haven't heard that one yet.
When I first started doing Ultra 4, I would get up to the big obstacles. I'd look at it and be like, no. My dad goes, well, we got to do it during the race. I said, yeah, that's during the race. I don't got to pre-run it. So I'd find the stock bypass, and I'd usually hit whatever during the race. thankfully, nothing ever happened then. But yeah.
So do you and your dad like get into screaming matches in the car?
Yes. I
Do
think
you?
at Hammers we had people message us and be like, "We can hear you yelling at her." Our problem is we're so much alike that we automatically start yelling at each other if something goes wrong. Like he'll tell me the high line is really the low line in my mind, so it gets kind of confusing.
Hey, I totally get it, girl. I get it, but I will say that I would much rather my dad be in a car with me than my mom because my mom has anxiety so bad. She'd be trying to brake or steer the car from the passenger seat.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is my mom.
Yeah, that's my mom 100%. So do you have any like pump up songs or anything?
I don't know if I have any pump up songs. I mean, I like Morgan Wallen, so if I have to, like, if I had a pump up song, it would probably be one of his. Which one? I have no idea.
No idea. Hey, any Morgan Wallen's great. Just put on the
Yep.
playlist. I have some people commenting on here, and we want you to come to one of our races.
Nice. What do you do again? You do knockout races?
Well, all the different parks are different. So, we have a park that has short course track. They have barrels. They have drags. I mean, they have everything. So the Loop just put in a new short course track. They do all kinds of different things. They have a little woods race, but it's 2 people at a time that I just did. I pretty much do anything. When I get there, I'm usually signing up for it and just hope for the best.
There you go.
But I'm not really much of the hill climbing person, but I mean, if it doesn't look too bad, I'll do it, but don't count on me to sign up for a hill climb.
Yeah,
That's what I always tell people. Yeah. That's what I always tell people, And then I see you out there climbing this stuff at Kicking Hammers, and I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How is she doing this?
Usually there's a meltdown beforehand, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I got to do it. So I go for it. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, that's easy.
Right? Yeah. I say that. So I have 2 buggies. I have a 1000 XP, and then I just got a new Pro S. And we were just trail riding one day. It was my first, week out with it. And I'm so used to my 1000 not climbing very well because it's so low and it just doesn't like to climb. And my dad and I came up on this rock, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. He's like, oh, just do it. And I mean, that thing just walked right up, and I was like, okay, I can do this now. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm determined at this point.
I used to, my first car was a XP 1000, but it was set up for short course. So it definitely didn't like to climb. And then the first time we took it out, my dad wasn't in the side-by-side world. He was more Jeeps. So we go to use it, and we got stuck, and we put it into reverse, and we ended up blowing. I don't think we blew up, but we ended up messing up my transmission the first time we took it out.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't done that yet. I always call mine the little engine that could because I've put that thing through so much, and I honestly always just break either my right fender off when I put it on its side or my A-arm or a tie rod. That's honestly the most things I've broken on it in 4 years. So we're doing good. We're doing good.
Somehow, each time I break something, and then we'll get back home, we'll be like, oh, it's a good race. Just like after Hammers, I mean, I had my issues. I had stuff that broke, but I had my lower radius rods. I'm standing there because we're trying to get the drive shaft out, and I'm looking. I go, Dad, I think that's bent. He goes, no, it's not. So then we get the other one we had, and he goes, yep, that's definitely bent.
Yeah, totally get that. All right, Peyton, so we're going to wrap things up. So if someone listens to this and remembers one thing about you, what do you want it to be?
I want it to be that even though I might be scared or whatever, I don't give up, and I just keep trying.
That right there, guys, is why she's someone to watch. Absolutely. Well, Peyton, I appreciate you joining me tonight. You're welcome to stay on if you want. You don't have to, but I am getting ready to pull in Cassie from Power Sports Expo, and she's going to join me. So that's up to you. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. But we're going to bring her up here, and I want to say thank you for joining me. And for all of you guys watching, make sure you follow her because she is going to be one to watch. And she is going to be the Queen of Hammers one day.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. It was great to talk to you. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Of course, Peyton. Well, I appreciate you joining me, and I hope you have a good night, girl.
You too. See ya.
All right, guys, I know you guys have seen everywhere in the off-road community that there is a big expo. It is going to be one of the best expos. So I am going to bring in Cassie with Power Sports Expo, and we're going to just talk a little bit about what's coming up in a couple weeks. Hey, girl.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. You know what? I don't think I can follow Peyton. She's a pretty amazing girl.
She is. She's awesome. I've been following her
that
on
was
social media for
inspiring.
a while, and Jet reached out to me and he's like, I got the perfect person for your podcast. And I was like, shoot. And he did. And I was like, yes, we're going to get her on here. So,
She's going to do big things in this industry.
yes, she is. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
She is going to be the Queen of Hammers one day.
She
None
is.
of you
I
guys
love that
forget
goal. That's a lofty goal, but I also don't think it is for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She can do it.
That's amazing.
She can definitely do it. Well, Cassie, tell me what we got going on. What's coming up in a couple weeks?
Oh my gosh. We're putting a little get together down in Oklahoma.
A little get together.
Listen, if you knew the things that we've cut out to make it what it is, like if it were up to Jason, this thing would be the size of SEMA at this point. And it breaks my heart to kind of kill his dream sometime, but we also have an understanding that if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. You know what I mean? We're not going to add something just to add something. We're going to add something that's going to be the best version of it that we can give it at that time. So there's things that we actually cut out this year that either nobody knows about or only a couple people know about, where we were like, we just can't give it that attention. So that's a 27 goal or that's a 29 goal, things of that nature. So, but it's going to be a good time.
Well, I seen that you guys are having an awesome race coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Payday. Yes, that went over. So side note, for those that weren't there last year, Payday was actually held during the day. So it was like in the middle of the expo, we started it at noon. Jason and I never even got to watch it. I think Jason got to watch one race, but I was down at the ticket gate trying to get people through because we had a line. And so we're both so ecstatic that we actually get to watch it this year. And the vendors too. We got a lot of feedback from the vendors last year. They were bummed that they didn't get to watch it either because it was during the expo. So we said, you know what, we're going to run underneath the lights. And because we were so honored to have Battle of the Builds join us this year, we didn't want it to be too long. So we said, okay, we can get through 40 racers. Let's just cap it at 40. No idea that it would sell out in 24 hours. Like that was really exciting. And the hype around it is real. And it's a gnarly course. If you haven't seen it, it's gnarly. So I'm excited to see some of these racers do it. I'm excited to see all of them do it.
Absolutely. Well, I know that I've seen the list and I'm excited to watch it. I'm a little upset that I didn't get to race, but I wasn't sure if my cage was going to be done. And we got the call on Sunday that it's going to be done this Friday. So I could have totally signed up.
If you would have signed up, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been if you would have signed up.
I was like, it would have been something, every time. It's always something.
Yeah.
He couldn't really give us a for sure answer. So I was like, well, I can't sign up because I'm not racing in a stock cage. I know how I drive. There's no way.
This is what you do. Next year, if there's something, you sign up. We have an alternate list that's super deep. Trust me, we've been going through it. So like you sign up, and if you can't, you know what, we'll move on to the next person. So,
Perfect. I know. I've seen that you have someone, for all of you that are on here, everybody's been wanting Noah Butler on here, and I have Noah Butler coming on the podcast, just so everybody knows. That's why it's kind of been giving you guys the little emojis in the comments because I haven't released it yet. So it's officially out now. He will be on here in June. So,
that's another up and comer to keep your eye on. Like there's a lot of amazing racers that are racing Payday. I got the privilege to watch Noah at the Loop 2, what was that, about a month ago? You were there. And I remember just being like, this kid's going to do something.
That's when I saw him for the first time. And I was like, holy cow, this kid is dominating. He is definitely an upcomer.
Jason actually came into the, or he was on the phone, I guess. He was talking to somebody about the alternates list. And he said, yeah, Noah Butler's doing it. And I literally turned around and I was like, what? Noah's racing? And he was like, yep.
Yeah.
So
Cassie, I want you to tell me what makes PSE different from everything in the off-road world.
you get the off-road park feel without being at a park, right? The soul of PSE is the expo. It doesn't exist without the expo. But what happens when you move expos to parks or you try to have vendors at parks, you know, people want to go ride. So the vendors don't get the attention they deserve. And so when we were shopping around for a new location, because our first year didn't do great. It really didn't. We did it off of a sister expo called the More Expo, which is more overlanding and Jeeps, helping a friend out. And he was like, hey, I think I want to add a power sports division to this show. Let's see how it does. Those worlds just don't really collide. And so we took a step back and we said, you know what, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it all. So we bought the company and still own it with our business partner, Chris, who is absolutely phenomenal. He owns More Expo. We said it's got to be a standalone show. So we went shopping and we found Muskogee, and that setup is so cool. If you've never been there, it's a decommissioned municipal airport where they also trained World War II, it's like old World War II hangars. It's super, super cool.
That's awesome.
But so yeah, you just get that off-road park feel, but you don't have to, you know, drive around and find everybody, but you still get all the things. So
yeah, because I mean, there's camping and
yeah, we have RV spots. Those sold out today. So we had 160 RV spots. That's full power, hookup, the whole thing. There's also primitive camping, and then there's hotels within 2 miles. So it's all really, really central, which is fantastic, no matter if you're an attendee or a vendor or whatever the case is.
That's awesome. So what's one thing people are not ready for that's coming this year at the expo? What are people not ready for? Because I'm going to tell you that it's my first year coming, and I am so excited. I am looking forward to it.
That's the thing is, it's a lot of people's, we've heard that, it's a lot of people's first years, and that makes us so, so happy. I love the hype around it. That's why we do what we do. But I honestly think that it'll be the people returning, that it'll be those small changes that they see where they're like, oh, wow, they did that different this year. And I think it really worked for them, you know, like moving the races to after the expo, maybe moving where something was, just small details like that while it was great last year, we want it to be even better, you know? So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why you have them every year. You know, you can improve on and go from there. Yep. So when people walk in, what do you want them to feel instantly?
Just the joy that the industry brings all of us. I think that's all why we do what we do, right? Like, I can promise you, we're not doing this to retire. I would love it if PSE made some money this year, to be completely honest with you. You know, we all do it because we get to hang out with friends and friends that we consider family, and we're doing something that we love. And that's what we want you to feel the minute that you walk into that first hangar, and your entire time throughout is, I love being here. This is what I love to do. And I maybe get to buy some cool stuff to put on my buggy, or maybe I'm brand new to the industry and I don't really know what I want yet, but I can talk to people from every walk of life here, sand, dirt, mud, rock, and kind of figure out which way I want to go. So.
Love that. Because, I mean, you got so many people that do so many different things in the off-road world. I mean, for instance, Payton. You know, she's out there doing King of Hammers. I can guarantee you that I would never be out there doing King of Hammers right now, just starting racing. You know, maybe years to come, but just starting racing, there's no way. I would absolutely love to, and I would love to have that mindset, but I just know that where I'm at right now, I am not ready for all them rocks.
Right.
Right. I am just not ready for all them rocks.
Right.
So we all know that, you know, behind the scenes, it takes a lot. What has it really taken to bring PSE to life this year?
Oh, goodness. Well, I like to joke that around this time, Jason and I are passing ships in the night, right? We still have full-time jobs. We both work construction full-time. And if you're in construction, you're in the thick of it right now. And so PSC is the side gig, you know, so we're doing it in the evenings. We're staying up till 2 a.m. to get stuff done. We're working on the weekends to get stuff done. But especially right now, just finalizing all those details. We like high five each other when we pass each other. And that's like, that's as much as we talk. But it works, you know, we understand it. Or we're, you know, I'll say something to him and he'll snap at me because he's running on 2 hours of sleep. And I'm like, listen, you need to calm down. It'll be here soon. Everything will be fine. It is what it is. So, but we also have a great team behind us. We have, you know, our friend Matt Bruce he helps tremendously. And of course, again, our business partner, Chris Holloway, he is the, like, what do they call it? The sensei that when we're not sure what to do, we're like, what do we do? And he's like, well, duh, you do this. And we're like, oh,
always has the answer.
You know, so he's been doing expos since he was like 12, right? Like he's been in the expo world for many years. So just he's a godsend to us. But again, we have a small, John Singleton helps us with the races. So things that maybe we're not as versed in, we have grown a community of people that make PS. It's not Jason and I, not in the slightest. PSE is the community. And that's the biggest takeaway from it. So.
Most definitely. You know, I mean, you know, I work full time. I started my podcast. I'm racing. I'm doing a poker run.
Yep.
I'm helping run Crash-a-Palooza. I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I'm very overwhelmed right now, but hey, I'm still here doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still here and I'm ready.
Right.
If anybody else has anything else you want to throw at me, I'm ready. I will jump on board.
Nobody give her anything else. Nobody give her anything else.
I always tell everybody. So when things get overwhelming, because I personally know they do, you know, how do you keep pushing through all that? Because, you know, these people see your smiling face and, you know, all your videos about PSE, but I know how it is on the backside, you know, too. I mean, not as big of an expo as you guys do, but just like small stuff. I can only imagine, you know, putting this whole expo together.
I mean, again, I think it goes back to that team. Jason has people he can call and bounce off. You know, he can call John Singleton. He can call Matt Bruce. He can call Bryce Sparks. You know, I saw Dan in here. You know, he can call Dan. And so we have a lot of, when we're not sure, if we're in our own head about things, you know, Jessica Carney, she's one of my best friends with Lost Riders. We talk daily. And there are times like, girl, I'm about to crash out. Talk me down. You know, and she's like, all right, let's talk through it. So things like and Tequila, with Tequila Off-Road, she's absolutely phenomenal too. She gets to hear from me a lot as well. She's so
awesome.
Phenomenal. She's going to be there too with the Lost Riders. So it's just, she's a whole vibe. Thank you, Andy. That's amazing. I appreciate that. But it's also, Jason and I do a lot of it. We're a lot of the back end stuff. And sometimes we have to really have a come to Jesus with each other. That's like, listen, we still have a family. We still have jobs. Let's take a beat. Let's go grab dinner, not talk about PSE for a second, because it does consume our life sometime, you know, and kind of reset. But it's you have to put in the effort to do that. Otherwise, it can be very, very consuming.
Okay, so there's a lot of people commenting to you, Cassie. Tina Taylor wants to know, so we know about all the vendors, but have you sold lots of spectator tickets? Are you expecting a bigger crowd this year?
We've sold about, so one thing we noticed this last year, and it kind of threw us for a loop because, again, our business partner, Chris, has done expos for many years. The power sports industry is unlike anything he's ever seen because a lot of people like to buy at the gate. Like you have your VIPs that'll buy ahead of time, but most GAs, they buy at the gate. Which is, I guess, kind of different than most expos. But even the online tickets, we've seen, I would say, between 20 and 30% more than we sold online last year. And based on kind of what the chirping that we're hearing in our ear, I don't want to oversell this. I think we're going to have between 7,000 and 10,000 people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that like made my heart race. Like,
that is awesome.
I those are from people who do events a lot and they're like, we think this is what it's going to be. We just want to put on a good event. The numbers obviously matter, they do, but we just want it to be a good event.
So, PSE means a lot to all of us because we get to come, and meet all these people and get to see all these things. What does PSE mean to you personally, you and Jason?
I kind of touched on it earlier. PSE is the industry. Jason, there's a line that Jason says, and it will never get old, but he's like, all I do is put lines on the floor. And he's referring to the lines for the vendors, right? Like, this is your spot. He's like, all I do is put lines on the floor. That's all we do. We give people the experience. And there's a little thing that I'm wanting to do. Jason just handed me a thing. 38% above last year for ticket sales.
That's awesome.
He's the data guy. I can hear him listening in the other room. But there's something different that we want to do this year, and I don't want to give it away, but it's PSE is the community, and that's what it is to Jason and I. And if there is one takeaway from this video, is that that's what we want Power Sports Expo to be, is the vendors, the attendees, the experience. It's just that's what Power Sports Expo is. It's the community.
So my mom says to her, it shows when you genuinely care about the community and show up with a pure heart, it always grows.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jared Chambers says they're excited to get down there again. They hated they missed it last year.
And you're both racing this year, right, Jared? You and Jet.
They were both on the list. That's exciting.
They were.
Michelle
Data, Jason. I swear, that's like his adult website is a data Excel sheet. I promise you.
I love it. All right, Cassie, I'm gonna pull up the schedule and kind of, if anybody has questions or anything, kind of just talk about it. Because obviously you've been busy. I know it was hard. I kind of was last minute. I was like, hey, you want to get on here with me? Just for people if they have questions or whatever. So I'm going to pull it up on here. Let's see if I can move you over. There we go. And if anybody has questions or anything, and Cassie can kind of, let everybody know what's going on. And for those, that may be confused or just don't know what's going on.
Don't compliment Matt too much. I know, Matt. Listen, but he has been a godsend. I can promise you that. Matt Bruce is great. He's
awesome. Don't compliment Matt. That's my aunt. She picks on Matt all the time.
I do want to notice, so something new that we have added this year that you'll see on the schedule is Wednesday. And obviously not everybody can meet that or can make that. We understand it's on a Wednesday, but Jason is down there basically Sunday to Monday. So, and then I get down there Wednesday, but Muskogee does so much for us, and we wanted to show our appreciation. We were thinking, what can we do, but also give kind of hype up the show as well, because the bar that we have set up there, obviously they're Muskogee locals, and he came up to us last year and he goes, I didn't recognize more than 30 people here. He's like, the locals like Muskogee to the show. So we were like, okay, how can we get more people from Muskogee? I mean, it's in your backyard. Let's get more of them here too. So giving, kind of, again, building up that hype by doing that police-led parade through town and then ending downtown just to kind of let everybody show off their rigs and then turning it into a food drive. I love that idea. So that'll be a fun one.
I love that. And I love you giving back to the community. That's awesome. Chris Graisner popped in here, Cassie, and said that he'll be down. If you guys need any help with the races, he would love to help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to stay out of that. I will be completely honest with you. But Jason and, like I said, John Singleton, he's kind of our race master, if you will. Definitely chat with them and we'll see if they need any help. Overachiever.
So on Friday, there is an after party, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you guys have
that is open to all attendees. We have an amazing band called Members Only. And if you were actually at PSE year one, when we were with the other expo, they performed there. They are phenomenal. They're an 80s cover band, but they're so great. They're not enough words to say about them. So it'll be a good time. That's right there on site again in that first hangar when you walk in. The bar's right there. We have tables set up. There's a stage set up. We're also going to do the vendor awards that night. That was also something we kind of missed last year. Is we did vendor awards, but we gave them out when Jason and I had a breath on Saturday. And the vendors were like, dang, we wish we would have had these like Friday night so we could have displayed them all day on Saturday. And we're like, you know what? Yeah, that's a miss on our part. That's a miss. So we're going to give them out Friday. They can display them all day on Saturday. So it's a great time on Friday night. And then after the concert, this is new. After the concert, literally as soon as that band is done, we're rolling into a DJ. So we're going to keep that party going. Again, bringing that kind of, wherever, name a park, Beaver Pond feel, to the expo and just hang out. So
I love that. I'm excited. And then Saturday, I know that one of my sponsors is hosting a sound joust audio competition.
Yes.
Kind of tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. These comments are cracking me up.
I know they're rolling in. I'm watching them on the side of my screen.
And yes, to me, if you do not do smoked biscuits and gravy, you're not allowed to come back. They're so good. But yes, so the competitions that we have on Saturday, we have the Sound Joust presented by Night ATV that I'm so excited that they joined us this year. That is outside, that's open to vendors and attendees as well. So that's a really exciting, there's different classes. So it's not just one trophy and you're done. They're giving away a few of them. I've got the trophies boxed up except for a payday one. Otherwise I'd show you them. But, so that's really exciting. Thank you, Night ATV, for that. We also have the Show and Shine, also known as the Peck and Polish, presented by Chicken Shine.
I love that name. I love how they came up with it. I love it. Yes.
I love that. So we've got that as well. And that's happening all day on Saturday too. And again, open to attendees and vendors. So that's just another like, hey, let's incorporate the vendors as much as we can and do that. So definitely a great time.
And then you guys will see also, I know they're doing some meet and greets throughout the days too. So make sure you guys just check that out. Also. Let's see. Oh, we got more coming. Oh, Matt Bruce. He's
I know. I do have one. Let's see if I can turn it on. I can't find the stand for it, but we'll make it work.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
love it.
I've got my ring light on, but this bad boy's bright. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, they're fun.
Those look cool.
Yeah, they're a good time. There's even a music button on there. I don't remember that from last year, but hey, you know what? Sync it up.
Somebody will be Bluetooth into it.
Right?
They'll be trying.
I know Matt Butler, he was like, all I want is a light up trophy. That's all I want. So
someone's asking about VIP tickets. Is there a way to purchase VIP tickets?
Yep, you can still order those online. That's probably the easiest way to get them. You can get them at the gate. But yeah, you can order all the tickets online ahead of time. Yep, they're still on there at powersportsexpo.com.
Awesome. And you guys will have merch in that for sale. Is that right?
We do have merch. That's actually the first booth that you hit when you first walk in, and we'll have a map that's actually coming out really soon. And I don't know if I can say it. He's probably going to come in here and be like, don't say it. We're working on something that you'll be able to kind of see a lot of Power Sports Expo on your phone. So once we have more details on that, I'll kind of drop it. Yes, as soon as you walk in, so you walk into Hangar 1, the bar is right there. There's tables right there. You walk past the food trucks. There's also the stage. So that's where the concert is at on Friday night. And then the first booth you hit right after that is our swag table, and VIPs get, they get a free t-shirt, a limited edition t-shirt that you can only get if you're a VIP. And then you also get discount on all the PSC swag.
That's awesome.
And I just got thrown the badge.
Oh, make sure you guys get them VIP tickets.
And of course, presented by EQ Outdoors. They have been such an amazing partner this year. Presenting, giving us all the details for that VIP experience. We just could not do this without them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Andy says that light up one will look good next to last year's. Also, guys, I will be at PSC doing podcasts and media. So I'll be running around. You guys can find me. I do know that at some point I'll be at MRT's tent signing things too, but I'll let you guys know more of that once I know more. I'm still waiting on MRT. Matt.
Matt.
Oh, we love you, Matt. Dan says you can run my rig if I have the
I can have the
trophy. Love that.
That rig deserves a trophy, Dan. It does. That rig has been through some things.
Yes. Well, Cassie, I just wanted you to get on here and kind of, go over some things with PSC since we have a couple weeks. And next week, I actually will not be on podcast. I am at work conference next week. So, yes, girl, let me tell you. When I tell you that it has been crazy, I work full time, 8 to 5. I'm at the lake all next week for conference. And then I'm at Memorial Day racing. So I've been trying to scramble how my buggy's getting to the race. I have to be there by 2. I don't get out of conference on Friday till 10. Like, it has been the next week I'm going to PSC. I'm like, oh my.
Oh, goodness gracious, girl.
Yeah. And then I've been fixing the buggy. My cage is coming in. My cage has to get put on. Like, it's been everything at once. So I'm very thankful my dad will be home because he's going to work on my buggies while I'm gone. So
there you
go.
All worked out, while he's doing donuts in the park or in your driveway.
Yes. But well, I appreciate you getting on here with me. I just kind of, like I said, wanted everyone, if they had questions or anything, kind of talk to you and get this out there. So
no, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about it. It's we've had so many people promoting it with us, and so we could not do this without the community. So thank you.
Absolutely, of course, anytime. Well, I guess I will see you in a couple weeks, and thank you for getting on here with me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much. Hope to see you guys all there.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. So make sure you guys are at PSC last weekend in May. And then I kind of just want to go over some events that I have coming back up. I have Memorial Day at Pikes Off-Road. So I will be there. I will also be at PSC doing podcast and media. So you can find me there. And then I also want to remind everybody that I am putting together a poker run for a little girl who passed away. So I am still looking for people to donate baskets, silent auction items. And I do have t-shirts for that. The pre-sale ends on Thursday. So if you guys want a t-shirt, just reach out to me. Let me know. This is the t-shirts. And then also in July, I will be helping Dirt Dudes host the women's and kids races Thursday, July 2nd. So please, if you guys are coming, I will see you there, and make sure you guys are coming because it's going to be a blast. So I look forward to seeing everybody, and I hope everybody has a good night tonight. And then I just want to remind everybody that I will not be on here next week. I will be at my work conference.